Yo, what is going on YouTube? We've did it. We've done it. I can't even talk. I'm excited. We have done it. 100,000 subscribers. Unbelievable. Like, just blows my mind. Okay, first of all, thank you. Like, thank each and every one of you who have supported this channel in some way. So whether you guys have subscribed, you've viewed any of my content, you've followed me on social media, just thank you. What I want to talk about before we really get into everything else, I guess, is why I started IT Career Questions in the first place. Why are we even here? What is the purpose of this? And it's simple. I started this channel to help people 5 years ago. It'll be 5 years next month. And and if you guys look back at my old content, like looking back at these old videos that are absolutely freaking terrible. And Allie, this is my party hat. It's dirty. It's my party hat. Sorry. Hello to the people in the chat, by the way. So 5 years ago, I started the YouTube channel. I have to thank my friend Chris from PC Addicts. He's the one who really encouraged me in starting a YouTube channel. But way back when, if we go back through the time machine and the evolution here, the first videos that I did, they weren't very good. First of all, they were real bad, real bad. But I wanted to, I wanted to make like videos that I was like gonna help like people with like really simple things. And here I'm gonna share my screen with y'all. If it'll let me here. Nope, not that one. There we go. That one will work. Let me get rid of this thing here. Get rid of that window. That window. Let me do this. As you guys can kind of see here, I know the chat's probably in the way, so if I move this stuff over, should have been more prepared for this, right? My bad. My bad, y'all. Here's some of my first videos, though. First video, Windows sniffing tool. How to pin programs to Windows taskbar. How to create a shortcut in Windows. Change mouse pointer size and settings. So my idea was like, hey, I'll help people with like these really simple things that they may not know how to do. That's like my whole gimmick. Like, I'll try this. Like, I want to help people. This is what I'll do. As you can see here, that's all it really was, right? Up until we'll get to it. It's all real, almost simple stuff. This video right here, getting into IT, things to know before getting into IT. I made this video in my car, as you guys can see, and the reason like I made this video is just like I was just thinking about how did I get into IT? How do other people get into IT? What are things that people should know if they're looking to get into IT? There was a whole like purpose behind this video. It's just me like randomly talking to the camera, and I said the word like probably like 75 times in this video. It's not a good video at all. Plus I'm driving, which is really terrible. But I was driving on a highway and there's like nothing there, so whatever. This video right here is what like really sparked it all for me. I got a lot of great feedback from it, and 906 comments. That's a lot of comments on that video. Again, this is what sparked it all. Like, feedback I got was great, and then I kind of looked around out on the internet, like after the fact, like after I kind of figured out some of what I was trying to do, and eventually we've kind of evolved to more of the IT career question stuff. You know, like what's the type of stuff you guys should know? There wasn't anybody out here on YouTube talking about IT careers specifically. There's a lot of people out there doing like developer stuff. There's a lot of programmers and developers out there who talk about that type of stuff. But I wanted to be different. I wanted something just a little bit different. So that's what we did. IT Career Question started, it evolved from what it was previously, and I just want to help people. That's the whole I just want to help people. And for me to help people is to utilize my past experience and skills, which is ultimately in IT. I've been in this field for 17 years doing one thing or another. And I wanted to use my experience, things that I learned from this field, to help other people. And it was never a means to make money. It was never a means for popularity. It was never, that's never what the purpose behind it was. That's never been my motivation to do YouTube or continue to do YouTube. I forgot I have this up. I gotta put this here. Go to live chat. There you go. So I started doing this now full time for about a year and a half now, and again, it's not necessarily about the money. It's not about all that. And their money comes with it. You know, this obviously supports me full time. I'm very blessed and lucky that I'm able to do this, and it's all thanks to you guys out there who are watching this, and I appreciate each and every one of you. For 100,000 people to subscribe to this channel, to me, like, is that saying? And I kind of like think about this, right? Like, is that saying like 100,000 people were ultimately affected by one of the one of the videos that I had? Like, did what I say help them in their lives? And I would like to think yes. I would like to think like each and every one of the 100,000 plus people at this point have ultimately been affected by something that I've done on YouTube here in a positive way. And that's what hits me in the feels, you know, like that's the whole purpose of it, right? That's all I wanted, was to help people. So 100,000 people, mind blowing, absolutely crazy. It's just right? Like, seriously, it's overwhelming, and I don't know. I appreciate you guys. I'm so glad that I've been able to help as many people as I have, reach as many people as I have, and we'll continue to do this because I love doing it. I love helping people. I'm always trying to think of new things to do or better things to do to make things more enjoyable for you guys. But at the end of the day, like, I understand what IT career questions is, right? Um, as you guys probably see, if you guys are like really big into YouTube, you'll know that for a channel that has 100,000 subscribers, if you guys look through my videos, I don't have a lot of views. Like, right, there's generally not a lot of views. I think I have like 6.5 million views or something total in the last 5 years, which that's not a lot, right? That's not a lot at all. My videos do not get a lot of views, period, and that's okay, because what I've learned that happens is many of you guys out there watch this content, you watch a video or three or four, you get the information that you need, and I would assume you subscribe just to show your support, which I appreciate, but many times, like, people don't come back and watch any more videos because either the information that I'm talking about doesn't directly relate to them, or they've already gotten the information that they need to continue in their career or get certified, or, you know, just get a job, right? So people tend not to come back and watch the videos. And I do have my loyal viewers, like, you know, Megalodon and Kev Runs on Duncan and Allie and IT Career Skills. I appreciate you guys very much. There's plenty of other loyal viewers out there, but I understand, like, this isn't about like longevity with keeping people around, because ultimately, like, the goal is to help as many people as I can get into IT. So if I contribute in that factor, and I've helped that person, and they don't come back and watch my videos, I'm not offended. Like, that's fine. I understand. Like, if I helped you, great. Congratulations. Continue on with your success. You don't have to come back and watch my videos. It's all good. You know, I want to help people. That's all I want out of my life. That's all I can ask for. So thank you to you guys and girls out there who have helped contribute to the 100,000 subscribers. I hope to soon have a silver play button that will be probably displayed somewhere back here. So anyway, you guys got questions? Let's do AMA. Let's do AMA. Ask me anything. Let's go. Let's get pumped up for the day. It's Friday. Hit 100,000 subscribers. I'm feeling good. I'm happy. I'm very happy. I hope you guys are too. I hope you guys are having a great Friday. So what's up? What's up in the chat? IT Career Skills has never found anything useful in any of my videos. I understand. Sorry, bro. What is my next goal? I don't know. Like for the YouTubes? I have no idea. What's for dinner tonight? I don't know what's for dinner tonight, actually. It's a great question. I'm supposed to go play poker tonight. So, how was the Black Hat event? Black Hat was interesting. It was enjoyable. I did not get anything done that I wanted to get done. I'm so disappointed by this. I was kind of going back and forth between Black Hat and CompTIA's ChannelCon, and there we go. I don't know, it's kind of overwhelming. I had the Wicked 6 event that I had to do on Thursday of that week. I talked with the best thing I got out of Black Hat this year, which I didn't necessarily get last year as much, was I got to meet and talk with a lot of people, and I got a lot of information from them, which was really awesome. And I'll have another video on this where I kind of talk about that and have some of that, but just talking with people who are working in security, that's fun. Like, that's exciting because that's something like I'm personally interested in. So when I hear people talking about like the things that they're doing or how they got to be like doing the things that they're doing, that excites me. Like, that motivates me because it's stuff that I want to do. It's things that I want to achieve in my life, and hearing people do it is just amazing. So yeah, that's what's up. Which languages? Wait, hang on. Denki Kong. Thank you, man. Thank you. Chief Cheese. Which languages do you work currently? Like programming languages, or like, you know, like what would it be called? Like, I don't know. Mine's gone right now. Like, do I speak any other languages? Or do I know programming languages? What are you currently studying, and what certs are you working on? I am currently, I can actually show you because I'm working on a video for it currently. Where's it at? This one? Yep, this one. I am currently working on, and I just kind of announced this yesterday. Last night, I posted a video to the Learn Cybersecurity channel. It's been like a long time since I posted there. I'm working on Test Out's Ethical Hacker Pro course right now. And I will actually be putting a video out for Test Out here very, very soon. A couple videos, actually. But they'd asked me if I would review their Ethical Hacker course, which I was obviously happy to do. But at that same time, like, this is something I'm interested in, so this is something that I'm going to go through completely. I'll probably create a video where I kind of give like a rough overview of the Ethical Hacker course, what it entails and things like that, like what kind of benefits Test Out has for you and things like that. But I'm going to go through this entire course because I would ultimately like to have like a CEH or an OSCP, or even Pentest Plus. Like, but here's my starting point. Like, this is where I'm going to start. Test Out has some of the most, I think, amazing simulations out of anybody out there. I mean, quite honestly, like, when I saw their sims, I was really blown away, because this is exactly like the stuff that people need to achieve success, to get the information that they need to know. Simulating everything for you and walking the way that they walk you through it. I mean, it's awesome. It really is very helpful. So, whatever. I'll talk about that in another video. I'm not trying to promote them right now or be all about Test Out, even though they're great. But that's what I'm currently working on. Somebody, can I answer your last question? I don't see your last question. Where is your last question? I don't see a question from you. Oh wait, here it is, bro. Which is best country to do masters in cybersecurity? You're from India. I don't know. All cybersecurity programs are different. All universities are different. So, and then Chief Cheese. What languages do I currently work with? I mean, I don't do any programming. I'm not a programmer. Pentest Plus versus CEH. I mean, CEH is a lot more expensive. It's a lot more recognized than the Pentest Plus, but that's not to say that um, the Pentest Plus is bad. I just don't think it's as recognized yet. Um, so that's your question right there. ECH. Yes, ECH. IT career skills. ECH. Bem Pong Elvis, what is your best choice in terms of IT careers, and what is your recommendation for IT beginners? Okay, so I get questions like this like very, very often, and quite honestly, it drives me crazy because I could tell you what great choices are. The best choice, but like here, the best choice that I could tell you, right, should not even matter to you. The best choice in a IT career should be the one that you are most interested in. If you are looking at it as a way to make the most money or um, just ride the wave of what's the most popular right now, like that's not going to do you any good. Finding something that you enjoy, that you're interested in, even that you're passionate about, right? That's what you should focus on. So, you know, to your question, like I could tell you that the best choice is programming. Like that's the absolute best choice for an IT career is to get into programming. But you could absolutely hate programming, or you could start down that path and find that you absolutely hate programming. Like you can't stand it. So I can't tell you the best choice to make. Like you ultimately have to come to that decision based on research, based on what area of the field interests you the most. Now, when you maybe narrow some things down and you say, hey, Zach, I'm interested in this, and this, what's the best option, right? Or I'm interested in this because I enjoy this aspect of it. I enjoy networking because I enjoy, plugging cables in, right? I'm just throwing it out there. That could help me help you. But right off the bat, the best choice in terms of IT careers is whatever you enjoy the most. What's my recommendation for IT beginners? Start with the CompTIA A+, for sure. Juan Gonzalez, you're changing career and moving into IT. You have your A+, and you're now applying for jobs, but his entry-level job offers have been 5K to 8K less than what I currently make. What do you recommend you should do? You're going to run across that all the time. Really depends on your area. So sometimes, and the business, of course, but based on your area, it's really going to kind of determine what that pay is for these entry level types of jobs. It varies. Many times you're going to see that, unfortunately, like entry level jobs just don't pay as much. Um, like in Chicago, though, like I found that many entry level jobs start out at least $40,000 a year. Sometimes you can get like an entry level job around $60,000 a year. So that's kind of the range that I see in my area. Now, other areas within the world, like Florida, for instance, like entry level jobs, I think are like 12, $13 an hour, right? So you're not even making like $30,000 a year. It all depends on your area. It all depends on the job too, because every job weighs positions differently and values those types of positions differently. So you could either move or just keep finding and applying to all the jobs that you can. Attention fan, you love test out, it's so worth the money. Yeah, I think test out's like phenomenal. Um, it was actually really enjoyable. What I've gone through so far, I've gone through some of their content previously, but it's enjoyable. I like it. Again, the Sims are awesome. Jason, you're currently working as a help desk analyst. What cert would you advise me to go for? I want to become a network engineer. So if you want to become a network engineer, you're currently on the help desk, go for your CCNA. Pow. D-Hacker CEH is waste. I've heard that. I think everybody has opinions on every single certification that's out there. You know? Samir, hello. How are you? I'm well. Alex Valdez, where did you get your hat? You've been looking for a Linux or IT related hat. So this hat is from a company called. My hair's a mess. My bad. Venify. Is that what it is? Is that an I? I don't know if that's an I or what. I'm gonna fix my hair. Look at the hair's crazy, y'all. Let's leave the hair like this. How about that? You guys good with me having crazy hair for the rest of the chat? I think we could rock it. Hair's nuts, man. Yeah, but I got this hat at the RSA conference in San Francisco. These guys were also at Black Hat in Las Vegas, and they were making these hats there. It's my favorite hat. It's definitely my favorite hat. Yeah, hair's awesome, man. Hair's great. I couldn't find a hair tie this morning. There we go. Just do like a little comb over the headphones. Oh, that's awesome. Ben Pong Elvis, thank you so much for that wonderful explanation. You will research on the CompTIA. You are welcome. What's after Python? Well, depending on what type of environments you're looking to get into, either PowerShell for Windows environments or Bash and stuff for Linux and things like that. How appreciated CCNA is in the IT world. CCNA is still one of the very best certifications you can get, hands down. Everybody likes somebody with a CCNA. Is entry-level job stressful? Well, every single job that's out there is going to throw you in like a different type of environment. Some environments are more stressful than other ones. You'll find most of the time, like entry-level IT jobs, you get everything thrown your way. So many different technologies and troubleshooting issues that you would go through, and it could be stressful. But as long as you understand that that's kind of what's expected most of the time, and just honestly take your time to take notes, understand the things that are coming your way, you'll be all right. You always need PowerShell in IT. You always need PowerShell. Sorry, Samir. I started my YouTube channel 5 years ago. Alex Valdez, long hair, don't care. Hell yeah, yeah. I'm growing. So if you guys don't know, I'll throw this out there. I am growing my hair out for one specific reason. I'm gonna wait till my hair's down to my shoulders. I'm gonna cut it off and I'm gonna donate it to like wigs for kids and all that stuff. It's something that I've always wanted to do my entire life, and unfortunately, I've been with significant others who are very critical on hair, so they never, they're like, no, you can't grow your hair out, and I like to make people happy. I like to please my significant others, so I always cut my hair. And even when I was younger, like my parents would never let me grow my hair out. Like I would always try to, and then they would like make some kind of crazy deal with me, like, hey, if you cut your hair, we'll give you like $50 or something. And I'm like 13, 14 at the time, like, yeah, I'll cut my hair for $50, sure, whatever, I don't care. But now that I'm older and my wife is very supportive, I decided that I would grow my hair out and I would donate it to Wigs for Kids, because it's something that I truly feel passionate about. And I think it all comes back to wanting to help people, right? So there's this wild hair. I'll put my hat back on so I don't scare you guys away. All better. I'm sure there's many people on here who have never seen me without a hat. So there you go. It's first for everything. Cavtech, that hair though looks like a Head and Shoulders commercial. Oh yeah, I should do like a mock Head and Shoulders commercial. That would be great. Python for automation testing software. Yeah, sure. Can someone earn good money as pen tester online, as freelancer, or else? But online, if yes, how much average? Sunny Day. Could you do it? Potentially, yes. Um, Online, maybe. I would think that would be a lot more difficult. And average salary, man, that's gonna vary. You here, Kev runs on Duncan. I think is giving you a solid answer there. So that's what's up. Collab with Live Overflow. I can collab with them. I'll reach out to them. I'll pull them up right now. Live Overflow. Let's see. I'll see if they want to. They have like a bajillion more subscribers than I do, and typically, YouTubers who have lots of subscribers never want to work um, with people lower than them, right? For me, I'll work with anybody because I just want to help people. So let's do it. Scales and balance. Search on YouTube how to grow head hair faster. It actually works. I should do that. Canch92. No, you are awesome, but thank you for calling me awesome. But I think you're awesome. When you get through a few chapters of your CEH training, we will be expecting you at our meetup so we can teach you your hack. You want me to come to the meetups? I'll come to your meetups, bro. I got you, bro. Anyway, anybody else have any other questions? Because I have to start recording this video for test out, which should be really exciting. I'm really excited about that. But I'm also really excited about 100,000 subscribers. So thank you again to everybody who has subscribed. You guys make it happen. You guys make this whole thing happen. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be doing this, right? Like, I guess if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be doing this full time. Making all those fat dollars. Not really. Whoa, bro. D-Hacker. I appreciate that. I have no idea what currency that is, though. What is that? I'm going to search Google for it. An Indian rupee. Thank you very much. I appreciate this. Michael G, yeah, I've been doing YouTube full time for a year and a half. Since February of 2018, I've been doing YouTube full time. It's glorious. That's not really all it cracks up to be. I could tell you that, especially within like the last 9 months, no, 6 months, 6 months, it has been the hardest for me ever. And I worked at home, like before in my life, like many moons ago, at least like 15 years ago, 14, 15 years ago. And I loved it. It was like the coolest thing ever. Like not having to go anywhere, like I could just do everything from home, right? Now I don't like it. I don't like it at all. It's it's not it's not enjoyable. It's very depressing, to be honest with you. I think I talked about this on a live stream the other day. It's a lot more depressing working from home now than it was previously. What's my resume? Like, what do you want to know about my resume? My resume is mine. I've worked in IT for 17 years. I started working in IT. I started learning. I really started getting involved in IT when I was about 14, so 1999. And then 2000 was the first time I ever made money from working with technology. And I was doing websites and stuff at the time, and that's kind of what got me started. 2002 was my first IT job, working in a small school, working with computers. Did consulting after that. Worked for another school district. Did consulting for a long time though. And I held like miscellaneous jobs in between, like doing the consulting and stuff, because sometimes consulting just wasn't enough to pay the bills. And then I worked for another school district. I worked for a large engineering firm. I worked for another school district. Then I worked for the hospital that I just left. I feel like I'm missing something in there, but it's been everything from, web developer to help desk, uh, technician, senior technician, system administrator. The last job I had was mobile device administrator, where I handled all of our mobile devices, all the policies, a lot of security policies I was involved with. I did the security awareness training. That was everything from my last job. And when am I coming to Oregon? I don't know. I have to go on tours now because I'm famous, and we'll see. We will see. What did I like best, and why did I leave web development? That pays well. I mean, starting doing web development was cool. Like at the time, back in the day, it was enjoyable. But after like quite a few years of doing it, like I just got burnt out from it. Like I hated it. I don't care if I ever look at like any HTML or CSS ever again, or PHP for that matter. I didn't enjoy it. Like I don't know. It wasn't as fun for me as it was helping people with troubleshooting and computer issues and things like that. So it just wasn't for me. I think it just was not for me. The what I enjoyed the most was my last job, being like the mobile device administrator, being involved in security awareness and policies. Like that was enjoyable. Like that was a very very satisfying job for me. I sometimes I'm upset that I left it, but at the same time, like if I wouldn't have left it, I wouldn't be here today. You know, it yeah, I miss it. I miss it dearly, but I'm 35 years old, so for me, it's like here I have this opportunity. Like last year, I had this opportunity. Like I could potentially do this YouTube thing full time. Like I could make YouTube my job. And being 34 at the time, I was worried, or I was 33 at the time. Sorry, 33 at the time. Um, I feeling old, like all right, got this YouTube thing. It's cool. It's going pretty well. I could try it out, or I could not try it out. And ultimately, like what led to it, there's a few different reasons, but one of the big reasons was like I don't want to be 50 years old and look back on my life and say like, why didn't I do this? Like, why didn't I try this full time? Because I mean, in reality, like I feel like I'm getting old. I mean, 35 is pretty freaking old, but in the grand scheme of things, like 35 is not that old. So if I try to do YouTube right now and make it my full time job and I fail at it, well, at least I could say I experienced this. And even though I failed from it, like I could still pull my life around. Like I could still, you know, rebuild my life. So one of the things that I try to do, I just got my Security Plus certification. I'm always trying to learn new things. I'm always trying to keep up to date with technology. That's important because if YouTube dies tomorrow, like YouTube just explodes and just goes away, it's not, it's nothing anymore, right? At least I know all the time that I spent doing this YouTube thing um, doesn't go in vain because I've been I've been studying, I've been researching, I've been learning, and I've been getting certifications. So I know that tomorrow when YouTube dies, um, I can go out and work in the real world again. So that's what it is. Making YouTube as a full time career is a very bad idea. I wouldn't say it's a very bad idea. I think it's for some people, and for some people, not so much. But for me, like I'm not using like YouTube as this is like the end all be all, right? Like YouTube is a great platform to grow from. It's a great platform to um, advertise, to market, and ultimately, like I'm building a brand for myself. I'm building me. Like I'm building up who I am, right? So I have made a lot of great like a lot of great connections with people. Have a lot of great resources at this point. So It's enjoyable. It's a very bad idea if you are seeking money. I mean, I can't necessarily like get on board with that. I mean, I, the I need money to survive, and I need money to support my 4 kids. So it's what I do. Not everybody can do it, and nobody should ever go into starting a YouTube channel thinking that they're going to make money, because that's just silly. I never went into this thinking that I was going to make money. I never went into this thinking that I would go full time doing it. That was not the goal. It just so happened to work out that way, and I make a lot more money now than I ever did working in IT. Um, but again, it can go away tomorrow, right? Like, it can just disappear, and be like poof, gone. And if that happens, well, at least I know, like, I got my Security Plus. I'm working on the Ethical Hacker course. I think I'll be okay, right? I mean, even outside of that, like, I'm building up different courses, which is completely outside of YouTube, right? So my own training courses. Uh, so that's just that's a side hustle for me, right? Like, building that stuff up. But ultimately, like, that's there to help people also. Um, yeah, YouTube was a side hustle for me. YouTube was definitely a side hustle for me, and then it became the main hustle. Only more good things to come. Excited to see your channel continue to grow. I am too. I am too. What's the most I ever made in IT? Could be monthly, yearly. Is like 75. I think it was like 74,000 a year. That's about what it was. That was the most money I ever made working in IT, and that was pretty good. I was really happy with that. I was very, very happy with that. I was like, oh man, I'm on top of the world right now. This is amazing. And then I left it. That would be my last job. Mobile device administrator. You're quite sure there would quickly be a YouTube replacement? Yeah, there probably would be a YouTube replacement. I mean, there's things like Twitch and what Veeam. No, what is it called? Something like that. Vimeo, all that stuff. Andrew Brown, you're getting sort of discouraged. You've been actively interviewing for 3 weeks now, with interviews that seem to go quite well, but they all seem to want someone with a lot of actual experience. I mean, yeah, you're going to run into that, right? The best thing that you could do in an interview process, especially if you feel like you're lacking the experience, is try to not explain, but try to tell these people like how interested you are in learning, how passionate even you are about the industry, and continuing to help yourself grow. Make sure you're telling them the things that you're doing on the side to expand your knowledge. You know, you're not going to know everything, and that's okay. But here are the different things that you do at home to keep up with current technology. So maybe you have a home lab, which you should definitely have a home lab, and you stood up like a domain controller, and you've built like an Active Directory server, and you have a couple different switches and routers and things like that. Um, that's stuff that people want to hear about, right? That's especially as you're first getting into the field. Like, what is it that you're doing that's going to give you an advantage over somebody else? Even if you don't necessarily have the experience, you have to let your personality show, because at the end of the day, like, entry level jobs, it's all about customer service. That's all about being personal. Um, so make sure that you try to let that shine the best that you can. Carla Jenkins, yay! Let's see, Audacity. If you can transition from side to main hustle, then that's great. But bit of luck required in the YouTube industry. Yeah, I mean, I've been going at this for 5 years. I mean, it's taken me 5 years to reach 100,000 subscribers, and it's funny because I've seen people like Network Chuck, right, who kind of come out of the woodwork almost, and just like blow up, right? And he does fantastic. Now, we don't necessarily have the same type of content. We do talk about some of the same things from time to time. Um, like he's crushed it, right? He's killed it. I've had this like continuously steady growth. Like, I don't see like huge spikes in growth or huge spikes in views and subscribers and things like that. It's always been like very just like consistent, very steady, kind of like just the same. I don't know, and I'm fine with that. I'm happy with that. Um, I think if you want to like get on YouTube, you have to have a strategy, right? Like you have to understand what it is that you're getting yourself into, and you can't just like think that, hey, I'm going to go start this gaming channel and I'm going to go crush it, or hey, I'm going to start another tech channel, right? And be just like Linus Tech Tips or something. That's not how it works anymore. I mean, there's so many YouTube channels out there. That's all about finding your niche, finding how you separate yourself from other people, and that's what I tried to do here: is separate myself from other people, do something different. Should you ever fake it till you make it in IT? I have a whole thought like I have a lot of thoughts and feelings behind fake it till you make it. You can't. I don't think you should necessarily go into anything thinking that you're gonna fake it till you make it. Like faking it till you make it, for me, to me, is something that just happens, right? Like I think a majority of people who are working in IT feel like they're faking it. Like they feel it's imposter syndrome. That's essentially what faking it till you make it is. It's imposter syndrome. There's many people out there who, very smart, gifted individuals, have amazing jobs, and they feel like they don't deserve it, right? Like those are like the true genuine people. And then there's the people who quote unquote fake it till you make it, and they lie, they deceive, and ultimately, like if they're given an opportunity, right, and they don't know what it is that they're doing essentially in this position, they're ultimately destroying their career in many ways. So faking it till you make it is not something that you should necessarily go into thinking, or go into a you shouldn't. I don't know. I don't know how to word it properly. I guess you shouldn't just go into any situation knowing that you're faking it. You know, you should. I don't want anybody to have that feeling. Um, Imposter syndrome's cool, but yeah, I don't know. Now I can't keep up with the chat. There, Kev runs on Duncan. Don't lie too much, because if you tell me you know how to reset a password and you struggle to do that, I'm going to call you out on your bluff. There's a lot of things like that. Well, like that. Well, I don't want it. Yep. We just had this conversation last night in the live stream with Chris Collins about lying about things and all that. That's not good. Just put how to hack in every topic. You'll grow, because every cybersecurity noobs YouTuber is doing it, and they are growing. Yeah, I mean I could, but I don't know. Then it becomes like clickbait at that point, and then the channel just, I don't know. I don't want to do that either. Michael Morales, are you still looking to go back to work? If the opportunity arose, I would. You know, like if I had like an opportunity that would make sense to me and my family, like I probably would. Only because I'm. It's not that I'm bored of this or tired of this or burnt out from this. Um, Ultimately, like I'm just like depressed. Like I I'm sick of being at home by myself. And I live in an area that has 15,000 people. The town that I live in has 15,000 people. The next closest town is like 15 minutes away. We don't have like common like like co-ops or whatever that I could just walk into and sit at a desk and work and be surrounded by a bunch of people who are doing the same thing as I am, or similar things, or just other entrepreneurs, if you will. So, um, yeah, I don't know. If the opportunity came, yeah, I need insurance too. Insurance would be pretty cool. It'd be solid. It'd be nice if I didn't have to pay for it. I'd be happy with that. Ooh, I have an interview coming up. I'll be So I just recently put on LinkedIn to interview with people who are working in IT. I'm going to get their feedback on how they got started, advice they have for people to get into IT, and other things like that. What's up, Steve Gee? Actually, I'm leaving here in like 5 minutes. How you doing, boss? Come to Oregon. We can work together and build a studio. Man, I would go to Oregon if I could, but I can't. I would actually probably move to Utah before I move anywhere else. That's actually where I'd like to be. Utah has a booming tech industry right now. Like Utah is pretty nuts. Think of like the Salt Lake area. D Hacker, you're planning for a startup of cybersecurity company. Any suggestions from me? Oh man, I would have probably a lot of suggestions, but ultimately, like, if you want to do it, go out and crush it, man. Go out and try it. There's no advice that I could give you that I think would be helpful necessarily, because I think as any potential business owner or business, like anybody who wants to start a business, like there's so many things you have to learn along the way. And even when people tell you, like, this is what you should do, or this is what you shouldn't do, like, there's still just a whole learning process of everything behind the scenes. You know, that that's one thing that I wish I would have had a little bit more experience in with running businesses when I started doing this. But, it's whatever. Michael Morales, you're in Texas, and for the area you have applied to, you've seen up to 500 plus people applied for the same job. That is insane. That's ridiculous. All right. I got to get going because I have this interview coming up. I need to get a drink and get prepared for this. So, thank you guys for joining the live stream. Thank you all for subscribing, contributing to the 100 or 100,000. Yeah, my gosh, that's just a crazy number. 100,000 subscribers. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. Have a good day, and take it easy.